What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's February the 3rd. I'm Rob Wilson, your host for this session. Welcome to RW Arts, RW Artstallations, Rob Wilson Artstallations, and Rob Wilson Arts. That's what I asked because I know there's a Rob Wilson Art that's on YouTube as well. So don't want to get the two confused. We're night and day, literally. So yeah, we're walking into another great weekend coming up. It's the first weekend of February. I unfortunately won't be able to enjoy as much of it as I would like to. Duty calls. Anybody that knows me, I know what that means. And it's a unique session for me this time because for men that reach the age of 40, there's certain things they're supposed to get checked up, and I'm not. Let's just say I'm not too excited about it. But yeah, we got this James Gunn thing going on, and I'm interested to see what this guy says. It's only 6 minutes long, so it's short and sweet, and we'll break it down. So hopefully YouTube don't try to take us down while that's going on. I see we got Ray Haylock, Tugs Web Guy. Hell to you, sir. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Best wishes to you and your family, and hope your adventures as James Bond continues to flourish. Hopefully, you got that one. But yeah, not gonna really, have a long stream today. But I'm curious to see what James Gunn's going to talk about. Also, I'm gonna provide some updates on what I got on ArtStation, and also today. I just put in deactivation requests for my DeviantArt. I saw they had some AI art generator thing, but DeviantArt for me is just, I mean, I was part of them for well over 10 years, but never really saw any fruits out of it. It was a great opportunity um, to kind of show my artwork, and also the discounts you get for buying your own products, and then you can take them to conventions and stuff like that. They had a lot of options, but I have a lot of options too now, and they can be utilized without them. So DeviantArt is about to be goodbye. That's how we're rolling. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with this James Gunn thing. I don't want to make the introductions too long. I am already late on Twitch because I scheduled for 3:30, originally 3. So running behind a little bit, but we're going to make it happen. All righty, let's go. Let's make sure we got share audio. All right, let's see what he's talking
Hey,
about.
everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been
Co-CEO of DC Studios. Here we go. DC Studios is getting co-parents right there. Him and another guy. So so it kind of reminds me of Two Men and an Ultron, Tony Stark and Banner in Avengers Age of Ultron basically helped give birth to Ultron. So silly. There are no Incredible Hulk traits in Ultron at all. It was all Tony. Interesting.
disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
That's like the four horsemen of the apocalypse right there. If you can master all four of those, it'd be interesting. And it kind of sounds similar to my business plan with Omni Imagination Interactive LLC. Create characters in comics, create animations that connect those characters from the comics, create 3D collectibles, and then eventually put them all in the video game. Interesting. I don't want to make any movies, so I find that I think it's a good plan. Todd McFarlane already did it, with Spawn, his one cash cow. I know EVS is on his way to get a movie made, probably. He's about to conquer all aspects of the main big four horsemen of media, movies, animation, video games, and toys. So it makes sense that DC would do this. Marvel's been doing it for a long time. But specifically for him to oversee all these things, the toys are, easy. So he doesn't, it's not much James Gunn would need to oversee. So, hey, just make a good toy. We'll make a good product to sell the toy. So, that's something he doesn't need to worry about. That DC machine's going to keep on rolling anyway, especially since Todd McFarlane makes some toys for DC as well. So it's already in tandem. But yeah, to cover those and have them all tell the same story or have those stories complement each other, um, that'll be interesting to see. DC Universe's animation studio, especially with like Sam Liu, Sam Register, and those teams, which started for me in the beginning with Batman, Superman, Public Enemy, one of the greatest animated movies that DC has ever put out. Yeah, I believe some folks in animation they helped do what was it? Hulk versus where it was Hulk versus Thor, and then it was Hulk versus Wolverine. And Hulk versus Thor was so good. It was literally like DC animation level storytelling and animation. It looked phenomenal. But that was the best, Marvel got out of that. Of course, we had the previous X Men, so we'll see how this goes. So far, his goals are clear. I like it.
Characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside.
Yeah, DC Elseworld. That's been fans have actually covered for a lot of DC and Marvel movies. Oh, well, it's not part of the story. Well, it's Elseworld. What else could it be? And I know that DC has kind of been doing this already with some voice actors. Didn't play the exact same character, but played another DC character. Eldest Hodge, who played Black Hawkman um, in Black Adam. Prior to that movie coming out, I think during the summer last year, he also was the voice of what was it, Green Lantern? Was it Beware My Might or something like that? Let's see, Green Lantern, Beware My Might. Was it that one? Yeah. Oh, Green Lantern, Beware My Power, which they're stating what is that, CBR stating some plot holes or whatever. Well, I'm just saying they've been kind of shuffling the folks around enough to get some multitask out of them, and I'm sure for those actors that switch from actor to voice actor, they get their double pay. You know what I'm saying? Sounds pretty cool. So that way you don't have to do much outsourcing. So far it makes sense, especially after the terrible power struggle that they just had with Dwayne Johnson using Henry Cavill to be in this movie. So um, Black Adam could be, significantly important and centered around the hierarchy of the DC universe. And all that's scrapped. And unfortunately, Henry Cavill's gone because he was never hired. But we'll see.
Of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe.
A fantastic movie that James Gunn really loves because for some reason Ezra Miller is still the Flash after all the damage he's done. Boggles my mind, but hey, it happens. It is what it is. We'll see what happens next.
then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So
Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which hopefully should be funny. Hopefully is semi decent as the first one was. Shazam, Flash. Oh, I guess Dwayne Johnson, Black Adam won't be making a cameo in that movie in Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Imagine that. Talk about self-sabotage. He should have started talking smack like Scott Steiner on his way out instead of just, being quiet and unfollowing DC. Dwayne Johnson, man. As big as that dude is, he's pretty soft. So, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Flash, which I don't know what cameos have been cut. I think Henry Cavill got cut from that. It's amazing how Ezra Miller all of a sudden is like the most important character in DC universe just to make sure everything's rebooted. How do you start off a new chapter with an ending? You start from the end and be like, okay, now everything begins. And then he just said Blue Beetle. Not really interested, kind of like I like Blue Beetle in Young Justice, and then Young Justice just got all weird, so I stopped watching it. Kind of like how I like The Last of Us until episode 3 got all weird, and then I just stopped watching it. Notice a pattern yet? So with that, and then what did you just say? He just said, shoot. Hold up, let me see.
that's what I'm going to tell you about now. So Peter and I, along with leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next
Aquaman 2. I tell you what about Aquaman 2. Here's what I hope for. If they're gonna keep Amber Heard in it, just make sure she looks hot. That's it. That's easy eye candy. As opposed to me looking at Jason Momoa, I ain't worried about that. Or have an equal attractive Mira to replace Amber Heard. However way they're doing it, but hopefully it is done somewhat well. The first Aquaman was a beast. It was a beast. Easily broke $1 billion. Easily, like without a question. Let's see. All right, let's continue.
Next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes.
Is that damn Weasel from the Suicide Squad? Weasel's coming back. Oh Lord, I forgot who did the voice of Weasel. Oh yeah, James Gunn's brother. That's right. So Weasel's back. He didn't die in the Suicide Squad. He was just kind of choked up, and he coughed up some water and just ran around. So let's see what's going on with let's see what's going on.
Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into
Dr. Frank from Darkstalkers. Sorry.
Animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action.
What kind of a female version of Abe from Hellboy? Sorry.
The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU.
Yeah, because everything's pretty much mentioned so far. I mean, I didn't watch Doom Patrol. No desire to watch it. Didn't watch what was it? Gotham Knights? Is that what's coming out? I did watch the reviews by Jay Longbone when she was breaking down the Batwoman show. Her reviews are funny as hell. If you ever get a chance, check out her stuff on YouTube.
This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next.
So I think because there's been a lack of Green Lantern in the movies, I think that's what's going to make that series, in addition to the way James Gunn referenced it, I think that's probably going to be like the top seller right now for the DC Studios or whatever they call themselves today. So it's uh it's a set of characters that hasn't been really used much, and the last time it was done live action was Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds even capitalized on that by making fun of his Green Lantern Hal Jordan in his Deadpool movies. So I think it's pretty interesting.
This is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing.
Now, here's what I don't understand: is the Authority going to be an Elseworld, or are they clumping them together in DC Studios? It's probably like a crossover event or something like that. Don't know. Um, did he say that was a movie or a TV show? I think he said it was a movie. But if they do go through with that and it becomes somewhat successful, that may open the gateway to us seeing a live action Wildcats movie, which I'm sure Jim Lee would love. So I don't know where Jim Lee's presence or status is right now when it comes to DC. I think he had to step down or something like that, but he's still working on stuff with DC Comics. And I think a really good pivotal turning point in what's said to be this 10-year plan would possibly be the moment that DC Studios, after all the work they've done with Todd McFarlane, announces a brand new Spawn movie. Oh my gosh. We got some freaky stuff going on. Hold on. Let's switch that over. Dang. Miss Freaky just popped up on my damn page. Let's see here. That's supposed to have been canceled. Still won't. All right. Having some technical issues here. It is what it is. Let's see. Share and present. Okay. All right. So with yeah, that would be really great if they later on or eventually mention that Spawn could possibly be revealed in a movie for a gigantic special event. But this is just me wishful thinking if they ever came out with it in the future.
Doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants.
Hold on. Paradise Lost, huh? Interesting. It could be. I'm just moving some stuff around. Pay no mind to what I'm doing. All you must know is that grocery prices are higher. Let me stop. Okay. Let's continue. So let's see. All right.
Of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is the brave and the bold. The brave.
Oh yeah, with Paradise Island. Well, I wonder would they reboot Steve Trevor again? No, with Chris Pine, no more. So we'll see. Ray Haylock said, "Has there ever been a Spawn versus Venom?" That's a good question. Let's look that up. Because I like reading comic books, but I'm not like a comic book historian. You know, I got my times where I read fiction. I got my times where I got to work in the real world. Um, Venom. I think that would be a pretty crazy crossover. Okay, so I see. Yeah, no. As far as I can tell, um, there have been some YouTube videos of Hellspawn versus Alien via Venom. A lot stop motion videos of that. So yeah, Ray. Venom officially just became Marvel's version of Spawn. That's an old video or old article. But apparently there's a big following behind that, um, Ray. So might get a wish. Well, if they ever do like a DC Marvel thing together, who knows? That was one of allegedly Stan Lee's dying wishes of unless it was on like April 1st, of course, which it was just a rumor.
In the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU.
That's interesting. No Batman starting from scratch. So because what's his name? Matt Reeves has his Batman, which is a fledgling type character. Um, James Gunn is starting Batman as a father, which is rather interesting. So having a younger Superman and an older Batman, how's that gonna work? Unless they throw Batman in the Lazarus pit, like the upcoming was that upcoming trailer or whatever it is that's coming out, the animated thing, Gotham Horror or something like that, Gotham Terror. It's coming up.
Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics'
Finally,
really popular
yes.
cult heroes.
Yes.
He's a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will
Yes.
love him. It
I've
is
been
basically
asking
the
for it.
superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my
Booster Gold having his own show. Oh man, I've been waiting for a Booster Gold movie for a long time. So I guess they kind of treating him like Peacemaker. They get the right actor and everything. I think it will be awesome. Awesome. Maybe kind of like the way the boys is portrayed, but without the gore, the heavy gore and sex themes and drug use and probably everything else that made the boys great. But yeah, Booster Gold, I've advocated for something of Booster Gold since, after all, he did go back in time and save Ronald Reagan. And even though the Justice League normally would dog him in the comics, be like, dude, who are you? Or in the cartoons. He did save the day on some pivotal moments. I think even Batman finally acknowledged that Booster Gold was of some use as a superhero, even though he's got stolen technology.
Favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories.
I think the way the DC animated movies have boosted Swamp Thing up, I mean, literally, he's like a force in nature. But a lot of times when he shows up, they're like, all right, cool, Swamp Thing's going to help us out. And then he does like one thing and then he dips. So it's an interesting dynamic. Kind of acts like Namor, how Namor should have been in the Black Panther, Women Forever.
Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique, is something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure.
All right. So that's where we're at with that. James Gunn announced the things. Honestly, the most exciting thing I'm rooting for is Booster Gold. That's literally the most exciting thing I look forward to out of this chapter one, Gods and Monsters. Which I get it. They want to make it pretty epic, but we'll see how Gunn does these things, and even how the directors present it. So it's a fresh new start to things that are coming about, and yeah, I think it's somewhat. It'll be somewhat interesting. So also with that, I'm going to share some things with you guys as well. Let's see. Make sure it's on mute. Okay. So let's see. If you haven't already, Hail Mo Biggs, what's going on, sir? Hail, hail. If you haven't already, or if you are interested, I do some little bit of tutorials on some of the work that I use with my art and stuff. Feel free to check that out on Twitch. I have like stuff on building the city with 3D polygons and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. I got some previous stuff as well, artwork and stuff. Last of Us, I'm pretty much done with that because I'm not going to be fooled again. And normally I'll post up the video of what I've done on Twitch onto YouTube. So as long as YouTube doesn't, ban me or whatever their next new gimmick is, we got to find a way to take them down. Which hey, so far so good. Am I still on? Hey, wow, I am. I'm still alive on YouTube. Imagine that. So let's see. Also, quick update. I'll try to do weekly updates on ArtStation with some stuff that has caught my eye and some things that I like. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys now. So, yeah, with ArtStation. Let me see. Thought I followed something that caught my eye. I did like this Raphael here. Absolutely amazing work. I think, yeah, 3D sculpting. It's a 3D sculpt. This is what I hope to do. I really want to get my characters into a 3D sculpted space to this level of detail. I already have ZBrush and I use that. And then I'm pretty aware of, like the X, Y, and Z axes when creating stuff. I just got to get the sculpting process down better. New York City sewer, LA figures. Very, very in depth detail. It almost looks like, yeah, that this does look like cloth. Wow. Okay, so yeah, that's the grayscale before the color and everything. So this is what I like because I actually like collecting the statues and stuff. I got like a Wonder Woman, Thanos, Mistress Death. I got a Witchblade, and I got Cyberfrog and Salamandroid in metal. Okay, I thought he was going to do like a 3D show of it. But yeah, yeah, I thought it was pretty awesome. So right quick, as I'm starting to wrap things up, there is I don't know what's up with all this. Well, I guess there's different characters in God of War, Ragnarok. Oh gosh, there he is, Mr. Ryu. I ain't trying to see this dude's bare chest. Now that look at that Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman right there. That is amazing. I wonder would they let me. Hold up. Let me make sure I'm getting the music here. Uh, Dark Side Studio Collectibles. Hmm. Oh no. Don't do it, YouTube. Okay. Wow. She's got 3 cats with her. Oh, interchangeable head. Yeah, that looks like Michelle Pfeiffer, all right. Wow. Cool, cool. It's a catastrophe. Yep, interchangeable head. So mask on, mask off. Absolutely stupendous work. Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, I'd say I'd give that a 10 out of 10. Dang, even the texture on the skin. I think Michelle Pfeiffer's skin isn't that rough looking, but very, very well done. So let's see. I'm gonna go to uh, let me do it this way. Okay. So this is yeah, I think the last thing I'm gonna go ahead and share before I get the heck out of here is that update. I updated my website. I have the Demon Queen here. Adding watermarks to my stuff now because hey, in a world where AI art is out there, and ArtStation does have a um, what is it called? They have a it's like a it's a tag where you can put no AI art. So their generator, I guess they got a generator I haven't seen where they can basically put where the AI generator, AI art generator won't be able to put it up. So all my artwork will be under that. And I've also put this available as a print on my store. Um, got different options, 16 by 12 and 11.3 by 8.5. So that's canvas size. This is what you're looking at size wise. I do need to make that a higher definition so it can stand out more. Let's see. Oh, let me go back. So art print. Let me see if we're getting a better looking effect here. No, 16 by 12, 11 by 3, same. And canvas print. So this as well. You get was it white or black canvas? What do they call it? A wrap color canvas wrap. Largest is well only size I have available for this is the 16 by 12. So here's an example of it here. 16 by 12. That'll be this right here, this space. So that's what we're working with. I'll be providing more updates as I do have more work going up on my art station. I will be also adding it to my Gumroad as well, where they'll have the merch and online shirt store that is still ongoing and rocking. So yeah, that's all I got, ladies and gents. Like I said, I wasn't gonna be on here for too long. Um, just wanted to kind of do some live reactions to what James Gunn has presented, as he is now a representative, one of the co-representative of DC Studios, overseeing the stuff that they're doing. So that's pretty much it. What I got. So yeah, remember to keep it omni. God bless America, because we do need it every single day. And YouTube. Hold up. I got some comments. Oh, okay. Well, Big say later. Hail to the chat and bow. Bow. Shades of Sart, Staff Sergeant Abernathy. No, it was Alberti. Yeah. The good old military days. Still going for me. Y'all take care. YouTube. Stay off the rock.